Hello YouTubers, I hope you enjoyed the show today. Today it's a set analysis of duellst X's, and it's an X's of pages. Yes, it's the maximum page. It's the most page we've ever done for a video before. So it's the title says duel Maximus duellst X's, and it's the X's of pages. Yes. Well, let's get started. There's a lot to go through. We got the synchros. Yes. So the synchros get some excellent new support. You'll see one of the later chasing cards. Revolution Dragon's one of the cards you'll see. Overtop Fusion is the card you can Overtop Synchro is one of the cards you can search with the Krypton Dragon. Yep. Which is very handy. You can just special on any Dragon Synchro from the graveyard for a tier, so you can use more extended for plays and stuff. The wheel card is quite cool because finding music comes a card on his wheel, which is quite cool. And you get the field well, so. And then you got duellst Genesis and pack name after that, which is quite funny. So these ones are pretty good. I think the support for this is very good, very powerful. Yep. Next. Mythical Beast and Illusioner new type. Yes, so what about Illusioner? So the Illusioner cards basically say, I can't destroy monsters by battle. Yep. Yep, but they can't destroy monsters by battle. The new Illusioner cards basically, there's two of them. There's one that summons from the deck, which is excellent. One discards and get another one. They all do the Mythical Beast sort of thing. They can all get Mythical Beast sort of stuff. Midnight Nightmare Magician basically can get, it's like a sort of a big eye and stuff. The new fusion cards excellent because you can get and reset it and stuff, which is quite cool. The new fusion's excellent. You can do loads of damage and stuff because you can't destroy cards in battle. So it could be a really good OTK. I don't think it'll be good now, but I think it will have potential in the future. So, yep. The Matthias and the Starfrost stuff. Yes. We're getting a new Matthias one, a new level 2, which can summon anything from the deck, which is cool, quite handy. New level 8. Well, I wouldn't play this one particularly, but it's not. New Synchro. Very good, very powerful card. It can search anything with Starfrost in the name, and it comes Starfrost on the field or the graveyard. So that can be quite handy, yep. Then you got the Starfrost Monster Reborn card, which can get them back, which is quite cool. Anything with 1500 or 2100 defense, which is quite cool. And you got the new field spell, which is okay. You got some new traps. Just one that ends the turn, but that's not going to come up. What you really want is sort of these three here you've been using, which is quite handy and quite cool. I think these ones are good, very powerful. Yeah. Ultra Ghost. Yep. The new support is very good. I'm not a big fan of Ultra Ghost. And basically get a new Link 4, which is really good to make. I think a trap can make a Link monster on opponent's it can bring back an opponent. It can bring back a Link monster and stuff. And then they get a new 2 main deck monsters, which is okay. I know I found this deck, so we'll better move on. We've got Inferno! Noble Knights! Yes! So, Inferno Knights have changed quite a bit. They still run the same idea, still run the equips, and they have a new field spell, which you can search with the level 5 basically. And then the level 5 and then the field spell can get you more equips, yeah, which is quite cool, quite handy. You can get your all your noble arms. These two are standards because one can special summon itself, right? The field spell lets you special summon itself. And then the level 1 basically is a monster reborn for the deck, which is quite handy, which makes you a stand and stuff, which is quite cool. Quite handy really in a lot of ways, which is quite cool. And then there's a new card, and there's obviously a new level, there's a new Link, but we'll talk about him later when we get to the chase cards and stuff, which is quite cool. And the new trap, I don't use it, but it's pretty good. Some builds use it, it depends. The sleeper deck, yep, the vanishing deck, who's some advantages of the X deck. This deck's pretty good. The new support's very handy. So the ice cream person basically sets you a trap from the deck, which is quite cool. Sets love, and love can special summon on the deck, and it can turn to your hand and stuff, which is quite cool. And you can vanish free from your X deck, which is quite good. So the more stuff when you vanish from your X deck is quite handy and quite cute, really. I think this deck it's got potential still. I think it's a good OTK sort of deck. Yep. And stuff, which is quite cool, quite handy, really. Yeah. The Evolzer, I haven't tried this deck yet out, but the new Exceed's pretty broken if you want to play in dinosaurs. and stuff, which is quite cool. The new level 2, the new level 4 is pretty good also. They're all pretty good. I think the XE will see play. I don't know about the others, so I think I think the new support's got potential. Yep. Hero Ace. Yes, these two. So we got a new monster, basically a Book of Moon. Yep. And then one you can special, and then one can special summon one from the deck, which is quite cool. But you must have a monster in the field to tribute it off. So just keep in mind when you do it, you make sure you have a monster you can tribute off. So, and it's a good place. You can use it on the first turn if you want to. You can use it in the standby phase if you need to, which is quite cool, quite handy. Yes, and they're very good. The deck's not amazing, just to warn you. Just yes, you have a boss that can set full for the deck, but that can happen any day. Yep. Congo! Congo! They got 2 new cards. This monster here is essentially a Book of Moon, which is quite handy, and it can be another offense card, so this could be quite good. Congo's actually been seeing a lot of play quite recently, as itself, which is quite cool, which I'll leave a try actually. Then they got a new trap, which is quite cool and quite handy for the deck and stuff. So I think the deck's got potential. I think if you're not careful, I think it could top event in someday in the future. Yep. Unchained! So Unchained got 2 level 6. The red one basically pops a spell from your hand. Yep, they can special summon itself. Yep, which is quite cool, which can pop more traps. And then when your card is new for Link monster, it can set a trap from your deck, which is good. It can set you up for the next turn, which is cool. The blue one, destroy one from the grave. Yep, and then it can pop one card field to bring itself back, which is quite cool, quite handy. The new Link monster can take 2 themes, so you can make it with any theme decks. I've been trying it with like Evil Eye and stuff, which is quite cool and quite handy. But then when this card's been used for graveyard and stuff, you can actually use it to destroy spells and traps, which is quite cool, quite handy really. I think this engine's gonna be really cool for Unchained. It's gonna make the deck really playable now and really good. And you can play it not like a control deck now, you can play it like a combo deck now, which is quite handy. And then the chase cards of the set. So we have got, this is the 1-card archetypes and the pack fillers. Yes, so we've got a Monarch stuff, we have got one of the pot cards, there's Arctic's sort of Drytron support that sort of come together. Yep. Your finish is a funny trap. Your finish. And there's some other cool cards too. There's like the Monarch stuff, and there's a new Pyro card which it's quite cute now, but in the future might come quite handy. There's a Vandian stuff. There's a new spell card which looks quite interesting. And then there's some new stuff too. There's the Rex stuff, which is looking quite cool and quite unique and stuff, which is cool. I'm not really counting as R-types, counting as sort of tights and stuff, which is quite cool. And we just had some new dancers for. And this guy card will come appointment in the future. There's a next set. You're gonna have to use this guy for a fusion, so that might come up. Yep. And then we got the chase cards of the set. Yes. So we've got Revolutionary. Revolutionary Dragon can basically synchro summon from your hand. Yes, and then it can reborn itself. So it's like a go bomb on steroids. Basically, if you synchro summon from your hand, yep. If you've got a level 7 dragon or a level 8 dragon, it can special summon from the extra deck, and then it can special summon itself to make it level 1. Yep. So you can get a 7 summon of 8 dragon, for example, then special summon this, and then you may synchro. Yep. Charles, very good. Just a nice negate in general. You can make it top of any Charles. So if you have a Charles in the field, you can go equip. You can just make it top of, which is cool. Kind of like an Exceed, but not really an Exceed. Then we got the Fire Charmer, which is quite good. I think this card's more of a future-proofing card. Yeah. Then we got the Drytron card, which is looking quite good, quite powerful. Yeah. Then you got the 2 Purely cards. I didn't want to put them separate, so I've done as a chase card because you're both near. So the new XE means now you can use all the quick plays as XE cards, which is quite cool. And then you can play the trap. The new trap basically sets you up for making XEs more XEs opposed to. Then you got the Rudic new fusion card. This basically is like a Farfar. Like a Farfar. It can ban itself from the extra deck pile, which means you can do more extra deck summons and stuff. So you can remove from the extra deck monsters. So then make another one, so you can keep making extra deck stuff, which is quite cool, quite handy. It turns the deck into more of a quite cool. Then you got 2 new synchros, which basically special summons 2, which which this one special summons this one basically. Level 12, you can special summon it, and then this one can make that other one, which is quite cool. You got the new Dark World Searcher cards. Yep, can draw one, discard one, stuff like that. New Xe, which is quite cool. New Eve. So this Evil card, I mean Snake Eye card,